Initiating moisture.
Welcome to the Moist Meter. Today we're taking a look at Squid Game. I know I'm very tardy to the party here, but I just finished it at my own pace, and god damn it, I liked it a lot. I really enjoyed it. Conceptually, I think it's fucking fantastic. I understand a lot of people compare it to things like Alice in Borderland and a couple of like manga, but I'm unfamiliar with those properties, so to me, this was fresh. This was brand spanking new here, and I really enjoyed it. So let's really get in there. I love the concept of this show. I think it's fantastic. For those that don't know, it's about a bunch of people that are competing for money, and the games that they play are children's games, but it's life or death. Think Sword Art Online, but less nerdy and no video games. In fact, it's nothing like Sword Art Online. The only thing similar is that people die in it. And the concept just never gets old. I was constantly wanting to see more games that they compete in. You'd think after like the fourth game, you'd be like, okay, I get it. They're gonna play something we played as kids. You know, they're gonna play fucking Foursquare or throw the sticky hand at the window and whoever loses dies. Okay, I get it. But you never get tired of seeing it because it's very, very well acted up to a certain point, which I'll get into. And you really see and get to know the characters, so you're rooting for them or rooting against them in the games. And it's really fucking cool. It's really, really good. I was so blown away by this. I would highly recommend watching it subbed. This is a Korean film. Watch it subbed. Do yourself a favor. The dub is extraordinarily goofy. I started watching the dub just because I thought it'd be like fun, but it truly wasn't fun. It was embarrassing. It's not a very well done dub. So I would say stick with the sub and really get the optimal viewing experience. I think Squid Game does an excellent job of fleshing out characters and really making you feel for them. There's no really good people that participate in the game. They're all people that do fucked up shit, have done fucked up shit. Now they're all here, and they're not really looking for redemption or anything. They're just here because they want some fucking money. You know, so it's not really a movie that's trying to be profound, like, can even the biggest sinner be redeemed? It's just, hey, he's kind of fucked up, right? But will he win all this money? 45 billion won. And then even at a certain point, it becomes less about the money and just more about what will you do to survive. The money just becomes like a secondary thing that you just kind of forget about, like a fleeting wet fart. You just want to survive the games at that point. And it's really clever in the way. I'll save this. Actually, let's get into spoilers because I don't think the movie's perfect. There's things I want to talk about, but I can't talk about them without getting into spoilers. So, spoiler warning now. The show does have a big drop off. I know you've probably heard that from a lot of people who have finished it. The show starts fucking nuts to butts, incredible, really great stuff. Very, very little complaints from me there. But as it continues, when it gets to like the last 3, maybe even 4 episodes, it changes. Its tone, what it does and what it aims to do, it's all completely different. It goes from this mysterious thing like, who are these puppet masters pulling the strings and why are they doing this? What's it all about? Instead of like challenging you to come up with your own theories and your own imagination, it just starts spoon feeding you exactly what's going on, and it gets really goofy. They bring in some VIPs, and they are American actors, most of them, and they suck. Like, they're fucking trash. The acting all the way up until that point was incredible. And they're background characters, but they do play a big role narratively, and they're trash. Like, they're really fucking bad. The best part about it is one of them shows us his ass cheeks, and his ass cheeks are really silly looking. That's like the best thing I could say about the VIPs. Other than that, they're just bad, and they serve no purpose except for bringing down the quality of the show. So that's a big complaint. I don't like that they start giving you all of the answers. I think shows like this are at their best when you don't know things. Think The Cube, you know? Why are these things happening? And you have to challenge yourself to come up with what does it all mean? Where is it all really trying to go? And who's behind it all? It's better when it's not just beaten into you. And this is a show that I believe is going to go more seasons. It would have been better to save those answers for a later season and have season 1 keep being like a mysterious, terrifying, horrifying, gut-wrenching experience, instead of just changing it halfway through. Well, it was past the halfway point. It's, like I said, it's like 3 or 4 episodes, and it does take a dive, but it's not as bad as people say, because it still has everything that made the first half great, but it's also bogged down by some questionable decisions and questionable things going on. I don't want to get too deep into spoilers because I still encourage everyone to at least check it out. And that's the end of spoilers. So now you can click back in. Spoilers are gone. Now I'm just going to plug Squid Game into the moist meter now. Like I said, I don't want to get too deep into spoiling anything for the show. Even though it's been out for a while, you've probably heard about the huge hype around it. I still encourage you to watch this show, and I don't want to give too much away about everything that goes on in it. So plugging Squid Game into the moist meter, I'm giving it an 80%. I just think everything it tries to do, it does well. It unfortunately does lose its footing, like I mentioned in the spoiler section. And that's really where all my complaints are. I really don't have like anything bad to say about this show up until it starts to get noticeably different and a bit weaker. But I still overall really enjoyed it. So yeah, that's about it. See ya.